episode name if I reload this shit.
The Princess and the... Oh, no.
Smallfolk.
Smallfolk. The small folks are having a riot.
Yeah. You want to intro us?
Sure, welcome to Maybe We Will Fire and Blood, a unedited one-shot podcast where we react to episodes of House of the Dragon, which is based on a book called Fire and Blood. And in this one, there's some Lannister twins.
Yes.
One of them has written a letter to Aemond saying, "Get your gigantic dragon over here and we can win this war if you would stop being a weird muppet and a brat."
Yeah, and Image is like, you can't summon me. I'm the fucking Prince Regent. You move your ass because I told you to. Yeah, everybody's scared of the dragons. And, I mean, with good reason.
These people are doing a great job running the country.
Yeah. Yeah, the small folk are mad, and Rhaenyra causes a riot.
That's a pretty smart plan. I hope, obviously, I say it every week, I'm really rooting for Rhaenyra and her plan with, what's the spy lady's name?
Missaria.
Missaria. Her plan with Missaria is very clever. I think it's a great idea if your enemies are doing a shit job running King's Landing. Send over some boats full of apples and carrots.
Yeah. Send over some people to be like, man, these guys are doing a shit job at running the place, aren't they?
Yeah. That's a fun thing to do. That's smart.
Yeah.
That's probably better than, sending a bunch of dragons to kill each other. And everyone else around.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Aemond is like, feed the people.
What
do you mean, feed the people? Why is that my problem? Yeah. Can't people feed themselves?
I'm the king. What the fuck? I don't think... I signed up to be the king, not the fucking head chef. I don't know why you're talking to me about hungry people. What a dick. Yeah. He fired his mom.
He fired his mom.
Get the fuck out of here, Mom.
I don't need you anymore, Mom. I'm running the country now.
I'm going to call your dad. What do you think has happened to Otto Hightower? Mr. Westeros historian. I forgot the name of the place for a second.
Yeah, he said when he left King's Landing after getting fired, he said he wasn't going all the way back to Old Town. He said he was going to go to Maidenpool or something, I think, to like help gather forces.
Mm-hmm.
So, or maybe Highgarden to, maybe whip the Tyrells into shape, something like that.
Yeah. So he wasn't stepping out of the war effort by any means.
Yeah. No, but he knew he was going to be useless at King's Landing, sitting around with his thumb up his ass. So he figured he would go somewhere useful. Yeah, we got some people trying to ride dragons.
We got Stefan Darklin.
R.I.P. in peace.
Yeah. I almost thought he was going to make it. You kind of know right away that he's not going to.
You can
just tell by looking at the guy.
Yeah.
But he's all nervous and sweaty.
He wasn't going to make it. He's like, the dragons are gods.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, I got to do it. Yeah.
It was set up. The vibes were there. We knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
But for a moment, the season...
It's set up...
Go ahead.
I was saying, though, it set up a perfect situation for Sea Smoke to get mad, fly away, and be like, no, I want a real writer, someone that I know.
Yeah.
And Laenor's gone. So it makes sense that he'd pick one of Laenor's half-brothers. It totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. These dudes don't even have Targaryen blood. Laenor was the
Well, the
son of a Targaryen mom. His dad is Valyrian. His dad is a Valerian, and they're of Valyrian blood, but they're not dragon riders.
no
No,
Valyrians were all Valyrian dragon
no,
riders were half Targaryen.
yeah. But they at the
What
same
about
time, it's like that house and the Targaryens did interbreed a lot.
yeah? What was
You know,
Daemon's wife? Daemon's wife was half
Runestone,
Targaryen.
Daemon's first wife. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Her. You know what? I realized Daemon's married 3 times. Actually, he reigned his first wife, the Rock, in season
Oh,
one.
yeah, he
Because
sure did.
yeah, totally forgot about that.
Yeah, was she like a? Are these
She was a Royce
are these
of Runestone.
Aryans that? Oh
Aryan, there's no Aryans. Are you thinking of Andals?
no, Aryan, like John Aaron.
Aaron. Yes, there's Aaron's, and
It,
then you got Lady Jane Aaron in this show.
that's who I was asking about. If these were Aryans of
Yeah,
the Vale. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, Aaron's the
I
Vale.
wasn't sure if the Vale had belonged to House Aaron before Robert's rebellion.
Yeah, it's always belonged to the Aarons. But
But
the
Damon's
next
first
biggest,
wife was not an Aaron.
no, the next biggest house in the Vale are the Royces of Runestone, and his
Ah,
first house was his first wife was the Lady of Runestone. Um, yep, and he killed her with a rock.
he sure did. It was very startling. I recall that something relatively along those lines being described in the book. Like,
In the book, it's all an accident. In the book, it's described as her. She
oh,
fell
is
off
it?
her horse
But I
and
think,
she hit her head, and
yeah.
then she was fine, and then she recovered, and then 5 days
Oh,
later she was fine, but then got up and walked around, and then fell over dead
I feel like listening
or
to
something like
it.
that. Like Damon was like not even there.
Oh, I feel like when I was listening to it, this could be a totally made up memory. Just because of, talking about it all the time and stuff. But I feel like when I was listening to it, I was like, ooh, I think Damon had something to do with that. Because I had seen the show and he had hit her in the head
Yeah.
with a rock.
Well, I mean, it describes how the first thing that happened after she passes is he flies back to Runestone to try and claim her lands.
Ah,
Um, but the Aarons and the rest of the Royces are having none of it, and they're like, "Seriously, get the fuck out of here. We don't like you."
so speaking of Damon Targaryen,
Tripping
uh,
all the balls. It's like he's going to therapy. It's like he's going to mushrooms therapy. He's having
he's confronting his
he's he's
past.
he's confronting all the traumatic memories of his past and all his deepest, most repressed desires and emotions
If anyone
over the
is.
course of the season while he's tripping. He's tripping, hallucinating all these things. He's reconciling with his dead brother, you know.
Yeah, so if anyone
Um,
is missing old King Viserys from season one or young Rhaenyra
yeah,
from season one, if anyone's missing some of the season one actors, here they are.
yeah,
That's
here they
cool.
are.
Yeah,
It's great. And I
it's fun.
uh, I
It
love
is.
I love how the first thing he said when he saw his brother, in the flashback on the throne, he's like, "You cannot possibly still be angry about this."
Alice Rivers
Uh,
is saying cool, spooky, and weird shit to me in
yeah,
the
Alice
background.
Rivers. Alice Rivers has read the book,
Alice Rivers is a barn owl in a human body.
Human Body. The fucking
And
barn owl
and we
lands
see
on her
the
arm
owl
with a
today.
mouse
Yeah, great.
in its mouth and is like, "Yo, what's up? I'm just gonna eat this on your arm." And she's like, "Cool." Yeah, she's a warg, and Damon is too. Or not Damon, and Laris is too.
Laris, yeah.
Laris is definitely up to some shit.
Owls are
Um,
cool. The dragon handlers are pretty cool. Also, that was a cool.
yeah, we were
These
talking
guys
about that.
that
It's funny. It's funny. They're always covered in like blisters and
ash.
fucking ash and stuff. They're not allowed to wash their faces. I guess it doesn't even matter. Maybe they don't care. Like I said, it's like working in a volcano full
Yeah,
time.
if you get, I mean, yeah, those guys have probably been there all day so far. So it's like even if they were washed up when they got there, like you just basically are an inch away from getting cooked all
Yeah.
day. With you got a big stick that
You got a
you.
big stick to poke the dragon away with.
They must recruit
Um,
people that just
and a
have give off
and
a.
a knife and a knife on
Oh,
your
in
belt to
case,
cut your own
yeah.
throat in case you get set on
If you
fire
happen
because
to be
it's
set
faster.
on, yeah, by a
If you
dragon,
happen
by
to
a
be set on
dragon,
fire,
yeah.
take this knife and stick it in your neck or your heart or cut your throat or do something
Well,
because you
welcome
don't
to
want
your
to
new
just
job. Here's your 8 foot long dragon hook and your suicide
you're,
knife.
yeah,
This is just in case. Trust me, you want to have this.
you want to have this just in case.
It takes a long time to burn, longer than you'd think to burn to death.
Yeah,
Yeah, so some
longer.
guys are getting cooked.
Yeah, poor Stefan. Um, yeah, but they don't show us Adam riding his dragon. I like in this how
Not
Adam is
yet.
the younger brother and he's the one who's ignored.
Yeah,
Um, because he's younger and he doesn't have the white hair. He's not like the sailor. He's just making the ropes in the shipyard or whatever.
Alan's
Um,
given second in command, and he's shaving off
yeah,
the white
and
hair
Alan's
so no
shaving
one
off his white.
knows.
Yeah, so no one suspects that he's secretly a Valarian, and it's
Secret
like,
sea snake.
he's like, I want to earn it my way. I don't want it to be because of the favor of like my noble father. I
Did
want it to be because I'm good.
Is there a weird
And
term for bastards like by blows or something like that?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's by blows.
His by blows.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Please continue. That was popped into my head like that can't be a real. Is that really what it is?
No, yeah, that's a term that Martin uses in his
Yeah.
books.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, and yeah, yeah. In the book, the ages are reversed. Alan is the younger one. Adam is the older one. Adam still claims the dragon first. So he's the oldest and the coolest and the best.
Ah.
Um, Alan is still important though. Alan still does lots of cool stuff. But they switched it in this one. So Alan is the older one and he's the sailor, and Adam is the younger one and he's the dragon rider. Cool. Whatever.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but I think that's cool. I like it how they're making that. It's interesting. So Reyna and the big dragon somewhere in the Vale, the wild dragon.
Yeah.
So there was a rumor, right? There's a character in Fire and Blood called Nettles,
Yes.
who is a bastard girl of uncertain birth, um, who tames a dragon named Sheepstealer,
Ah.
a wild dragon on Dragonstone that's never been ridden, um, and tames it by bringing it sheep repeatedly until it's used to her being around, and then she manages to climb on its back and ride it. Um, Later on, her character becomes very close to Daemon because Daemon takes her with her to hunt for Aemond, to try and kill Aemond and Vhagar.
Okay.
And it's described in the books like they are, he keeps her with him all the time. He like washes her in the bath and like gives her gifts. But it's, Nettles is like 18 and Damon is like 49.
Okay.
And there's, the book goes back and forth because it says like, in some respects, the relationships seem like a father and a daughter, or like a mentor,
Okay.
kind of relationship. But on the other hand, Damon was known for being really fond of deflowering young girls when he was, the head of the Gold Cloaks and all of the brothels
Oh,
in
before
King's
we met
Landing.
him.
Let him fuck for free, basically.
Oh boy.
So yeah,
Gold cloak
it
discount.
was really questionable. It was like was this a sexual relationship, or was it more platonic? And Um,
History will never know. What did
history will
Mushroom
never
say
know.
about it?
What did what say about it?
Mushroom.
Mushroom. Mushroom says that there were sexy times going down.
Ah, I bet that's what he
And
said.
yeah, and there's a plot point. Some people were convinced like Nettles got to be there because it's a big plot point about how um, Rhaenyra eventually becomes convinced that Daemon's betrayed her because someone, Miseria, tells Rhaenyra that Daemon and Nettles are sleeping together.
Ah. But Rhaenyra's
So
making out with Mysteria anyway.
yeah, and that was a little like out of left field, but okay, cool.
Do they do that in the book?
No,
Oh my.
no. In fact, in the book, Daemon and Mysteria are still together. Um,
Oh,
after this, Daemon is they keep saying, oh, Daemon is still getting it on with Mysteria. Um, yeah, they're changing stuff wholesale. I like it. It's good because it's keeping me on my toes. And like I said, it's as we always say, this source material is so thin.
yeah.
This stuff is like this stuff is written down as like one line. Sir Stefan Darklin attempted to claim Sea Smoke, failed and was killed. And was burned to death. That's all it says. One sentence. So, but they make it a big drama in this, and rightly so. It's a big deal. Um, but it's going to be funny because it's like, oh, who claimed Sea Smoke? Who's this? He's like, I'm Adam of Hull.
Yeah.
I'm the and they're going to be like, who the hell are you? And he's going to be like, I'm
Well,
the Sea Snake's bastard.
yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if he's just going to come out and say it. He's going to be like, I'm forcing you, Dad, to fucking come out and say it.
Like, obviously.
Pay attention to me now. Because he's obviously got a chip on his shoulder about,
Yeah.
about the fact that, you know, his dad does not pay attention to him, and his brother is being a dick about it, being like, no, I won't take help from our father because whatever honor, whatever weird honor he's got
Yeah.
about,
They both got
you
weird
know,
feelings about it. Yeah. They
yeah,
both got
and
feelings going on about all
they got
this.
feelings about it, and of course, it's like it's always something going on with Gurm stories
Oh,
and
yeah.
bastards, because it makes sense. You've got this society that's like really religious in a lot of ways and really obsessed with
Noble bozos
bloodlines.
going around doing whatever
Yeah,
they
no,
want.
yeah, of course. Like nobody cares if you're a bastard if you're a small folk. Small folk do whatever the fuck, you know. Um, I guess people get married and have other kids or whatever, but it's like it's probably less of a big deal. But when it comes to nobles, yeah, it's like, oh, your bloodline's so important. Your this and that is so important. Um, and the appearances, but then you know this is it's like the real world. People go and have sex,
They do.
and and when and when,
That is
and when you
definitely
don't
something people do.
and when you don't have contraceptives, often you get babies. You know, um, and I guess they have some contraceptives here. They have moon tea or whatever, but it's
Oh
not
yeah.
like everyone can get moon tea all the time whenever they want.
No.
It's like maesters make moon tea, so like queens and noble ladies get it if they need it. But and maybe it doesn't even always work because even noble ladies have bastards sometimes. Maybe they don't
Seems to
they don't want
happen.
to. They're like, yeah, maybe they don't want to. Maybe they're pro life
It could be. I bet
or
some of these
something.
noble ladies are pro life.
Yeah, or just yeah, no, this is maybe it's a
This is the
bastard.
hand of
Maybe I did
fate.
kind of love. Maybe I did love my love the dude I was fucking on the side. So I don't want
Yeah, the
to.
mother
I
has
want to get
chosen me
rid of the
to
baby.
do her work on this. What do they call the planet? Does the planet have
The
a name?
No,
It's just Westeros and Essos and Sotheros and
yeah. The
the
joke is
places there.
Planetos.
Planetos. Okay, yeah.
Planetos. The joke in the fandom is
I
Planetos.
love that.
Yeah.
We got Egan all melted.
Oh my god, he is so fucked up.
He's fucking melted like
Laris,
crazy.
Laris making his alliances though. Laris is like, "Hey man, do you want to make me your hand?" And Aemond is like, "You toad." And he's like, "Okay, cool. I'll go to your brother then. I'll just go to your bro. How about that? Your bro doesn't look like he's in a very strong position, but we can make it work. He's still technically the king, and you're not. So, yeah,
So yeah, so Reyna encounters the remains
Rhaena is
or
encountering,
the leavings of
yeah,
some wild dragon.
yeah, in the Vale,
But Jane
and so
Aaron is sending her to Pentos.
yeah, but she's not going to go with her bros. She's
No.
not going to go with her little
She's
half
gonna
bros. She's going to
stay and
send them on
feed sheep
ahead.
to this dragon, maybe?
She's going to stay and try to claim Sheep Stealer, I think, and I think they're going to replace Nettles with Rhaena, which makes sense from a couple standpoints to me. One, there's too many fucking characters in George R. R. Martin books anyway,
Yeah.
for a TV show. It doesn't work for a TV show.
Just,
Two,
just period.
just period. You need to keep the number of
Chill it
characters
out. Chill out with.
manageable. You need to keep the number of characters manageable. Two,
Half the time, I have no idea
Reina,
who these people are he's talking about.
right. Two, Reina doesn't do shit in
No.
the entire Dance of Dragons. Anyway. Three, if you're gonna interpret the relationship between Damon and Nettles as a father-daughter kind of relationship, why not use his
Yeah.
actual fucking
Who
daughter?
better? Yeah.
You know? Um, Still, it's gonna change it's gonna have like knock-on effects and ramifications of how some stuff plays out down the line in like much later on in the story. Like what happens to Reyna and Sheep Stealer as opposed to what happens to Nettles and Sheep Stealer, because Nettles and Sheep Stealer literally fly off and vanish from
Are,
history
are never seen again.
and never seen again. It's like, they find out that Rhaenyra has ordered Nettles' death, and
Oh.
Nettles just gets on her dragon and flies off. Daemon lets her go. Daemon's like, no, I'm not going to do that. Daemon, sets her on a dragon and she flies off and disappears from history. She gets spotted once in the Vale, like 10 years later, and then
Yeah.
there's a story that there's a tribe of wildlings in the Mountains of the Moon called the Burned Men,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they got that way because they worshipped a fire witch who lived with a dragon in a cave, and
Ooh.
their right of manhood was to go and get burned by the dragon and survive, and then escape back down. So maybe that's what happened to Sheep Stealer. I don't think that makes sense for that to happen to Reyna. So probably something else bad is going to happen. We'll see.
There are burned
See
men
how it.
still when Tyrion gets there.
Yes, that is the origin of those burned men that Tyrion hangs out with.
That's cool.
Um, so yeah, so that's going to change a bunch of stuff further down the line in the story, but that's okay. Whatever. Um, like I said, I think first of all, too many characters, and second of all, you have an actual Daemon daughter there, so might as well use her.
Yeah.
You know, like
Damon.
she does important stuff after the Dance of Dragons,
Oh,
but it's like I don't think that's going to be in the
it's
show.
part of the show.
So
Right.
it's
Yeah.
like they've pretty much like clocked out where the show is going to go, and Fire and Blood has like hundreds of pages from before the Dance of the Dragons,
Yeah, it does.
and
Yeah.
a couple hundred pages afterwards too.
Yep.
And I don't think they're going to do the couple hundred pages afterwards. I think like I have a pretty good idea of where they're gonna end it. They're gonna end. I have a feeling they're probably gonna end the whole show with what they call the Hour of the Wolf.
Oh.
Um, in
Okay.
in uh in Fire and Blood, and that'll probably be it.
I vaguely recall, which is good. Although
Yeah,
I keep saying this, I am probably gonna
it,
listen to
it
this book again
involves without
next
spoiling
week.
without a huge spoiler. It basically involves Craig and Stark doing a whole bunch of shit.
Okay.
Yeah, like Craig and Stark doesn't do much throughout the entire Dance of the Dragon, but when he shows up like a wrecking ball.
I'm putting a hold on Fire and Blood again.
Yeah.
Damon
He's like,
is getting cooked at Harrenhal.
oh my God.
Damon is like breaking down. What's he
He's
doing?
like, and Alice is like, maybe this is Alice trying to give him mushroom therapy. Maybe this is Alice Rivers is like, I'm gonna try and give you mushroom therapy, man. You need it. You look like you are fucked in the
I
head,
don't think
dude. And
she's up to anything that
you need some help.
kind-hearted.
Probably
I don't
not.
think so.
Probably
I
not.
don't think she's up to anything nice or anything that's going to benefit. I don't know why she's so mad at
Oh,
Damon, or maybe she just
although,
thinks it's fun.
or apparently she's like also killing Lord Grover for him because he's like, I can't do anything. These fucking river lords, and she's like, the river lords will just follow the Tullys if you tell the Tullys to follow you. But Lord Grover's a problem, and she's like, yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's
Three
fine.
days time,
Yeah.
and then Sir Simon's like, even our own healer Alice Rivers went and definitely didn't poison him or suffocate him with a pillow or anything.
Definitely didn't feed him mushrooms, 99-year-old man.
Yeah. So now Oscar the Grouch is Lord of River Run.
Does Laris say something about his dad accusing him of casting spells or something like that?
No, his dad, when he was born, his dad accused a
Ah,
member of his household
okay.
of casting malign spells to
Yes.
cause his clubfoot.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. He didn't say who. Maybe Alice?
Maybe it was Alice Rivers. How is Alice that much older than him?
Yeah,
She
no,
doesn't
that's
seem to
the
be.
that's the question. And again, I think as I said last week in the book, there's like two very different descriptions. One is that she's a byblow of
Yeah.
Lord Lionel Strong in his, from his callow youth.
Uh
Um,
huh.
and the other is that she might actually be a bastard of Lord Lionel's father,
Oh,
which would
right. Yeah.
make her an aunt to Laris and Harwin, and half sister to Lord Lionel. So there's no, I mean, in the show they haven't said either. She's just like, oh, she's a bastard.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
she's a bastard strong. You
She
know,
lives here. She's been, she came with the castle. She's in the kitchen cooking potions and hanging out with the owls.
yeah, doing the whole thing where you pile up about a zillion candles on your mantelpiece to look
Yeah.
all cool, waxy.
Spooky.
Yeah.
Real spooky. Really spooking up the place. Which is good. She really suits the aesthetic of
Yeah.
Harrenhal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had Harrenhal and you didn't have an Alice Rivers there, you'd have to get one.
Yeah. The place is just begging for a kitchen witch.
Yeah. Seriously.
We got
Uh,
Gwaine here looking shell shocked.
yeah, Gwen looked shell shocked as fuck. Interesting little like conversation there, both to remind the audience that don't be surprised when we bring yet another child of Alicent out. He exists. He's real. He's been living in an old town this entire time,
Yep.
and he's really nice because Alicent didn't raise him. Uh, or maybe it's the Red Keep. I don't know. Depends on how nice you want to be to Alicent.
Yeah. A lot of people do not want to be nice to Alicent. Alicent and Helena are caught out in the food riots, which is
Oh yeah,
pretty scary for them.
yeah, very scary for
That's
them.
not where you want to be if you're a lady in a green dress.
No,
These
no, and one of
people
the
know
one of the
what
Kingsguard got ganked.
the Black Council is doing a bad job advising Rhaenyra. She's slapping them.
Yeah.
They don't know what to fucking do, but these green bozos.
Well,
Like Aegon was bad. Aemond doesn't even give a shit.
no, and it's so bad because we were talking about we're like the Green Council kind of had their shit together when Otto Hightower and
Yeah,
that was like running the joint,
boy.
you know. but Aegon to some degree and Aemond to a large degree do not listen to advice.
The smartest thing Amond has said is get Otto Hightower up in here.
Yeah, that is the smartest thing he said, but
But
it's
he ain't here yet.
he ain't here yet. It's gonna be I don't know what yeah, I don't know what's going on with all that. I guess we know what Alinda Massey was doing. I guess she was going to I guess she was just Miss Aria's agent and was going to visit Diana to be like, yo, you gotta get somebody to start spreading stories about
Right. Yeah.
how the nobles are feasting while you starve.
Yeah. That's great. That's
Yeah,
the Madame Sylvie
yeah. I think that was
situation.
Madame Sylvie. Yeah. Um, Hugh, the blacksmith, punching a dude out for food.
Yep.
Is
And
see a little flash of his hard side.
okay.
We're gonna maybe hopefully see where hard Hugh comes from.
Hard Hugh.
Yeah, I mean he's already said at least one edgy thing when he saw the head of Melee's roll by. He was just like, "It's just
It's just
meat."
meat.
Yeah, I swear to God, I feel like they're making his hair blonder every episode
Maybe.
too.
They
This
want the
episode,
audience to figure it out.
yeah, I mean this episode, his hair looked straight up Targaryen to
Yeah.
me. Like I feel like his hair was dirtier blonde or in earlier episodes, but hey, I don't know. Maybe it's just the light that he's standing in.
We got him and this drunk guy.
Yeah, Ulf White, the sot.
Ulf. Yeah. Uh, yeah, he's listening to Sylvie tell stories about how the royals are feasting while we starve and feeding hundreds of sheep a day to the dragons.
Yep.
And yeah, spoilers. We this guy is gonna get on a dragon, maybe also.
Yeah, both Hugh and Ulf are
Ulf.
supposed to get on some dragons. I'm curious to see how they're gonna, like I said, get their asses over to Dragonstone to make that happen. Um, I presume what's gonna happen is Adam, they're gonna confront Adam, and Adam's gonna be like, "I'm the Sea Snake's bastard, and I'm
Yep.
riding this dragon now,
Uh
but
huh.
I'm on your side, Queen Rhaenyra." And they're gonna be like, "Oh, right, bastards. Let's get some bastards
Yeah,
on
let's get
these."
them all. Where are they?
Like they've got more Targaryen blood in them than the nobles
Yeah.
who like married, you know, your great grandma or whatever 250 years back.
Yeah. That shit counts way less.
Way less.
So yeah, yeah. So we got those guys. Those guys are all hanging out, and also Crackers the dog.
Crackers, yes. Jesus dog. It's official. His name is Crackers.
This dog has appeared in four of the episodes so far. I would say
He's
at
he's a
least
fan
three.
favorite. He's
He's gonna be
hey
a
man,
fan favorite character. Yeah.
he's gonna be a fan favorite character, Crackers, the dog.
I feel like I even saw some blurb about some other role that he acted in. Even
Yeah,
this actor is a famous dog. Maybe.
yeah.
It was either that or we found this dog on the street and we brought him in and gave him an acting job. One it was either he's famous or, he was in a dumpster.
Or arrest you.
Yeah. But great. Great that we have a little dog in this season to be a
Yeah,
little mascot.
yeah,
Uh, and we saw some baby dragons and yeah, by my reckoning that's about all the things that happened in this one. What's it called?
yeah.
The Queen and the Princess, and Rhaenyra's
No.
making out with the spy lady.
Oh, Rhaenyra's making out with the spy lady. That's a little weird, but you know what? It's a Game of Thrones show.
Yeah,
You need some people making
people
out
got to
once in a
make
while.
out.
There's good tension there. I feel like that works.
Who's the Queen and the Princess? Who even is the Queen? There is Rhaenyra is
We
a
have
queen, I suppose.
we have multiple queens and multiple
Well, we've
princesses.
got a
No, but that's
queen
not the name of the
regent.
episode. The name of the episode is Smallfolk.
Oh, oh, the queen and the princess was what was a last season episode that I saw while you were.
Yeah, no. For
Yeah,
some
never
reason,
mind. That
I
sunk for
clicked
some
into House
reason.
of the
That
Dragon.
sunk into my head. Okay,
Yeah,
small folk. Okay.
yeah, Smallfolk. No, the Queen
Yeah,
and the Princess was. Um, I don't even know what episode that was. That was one of the slower episodes from last season.
yeah.
That was the first episode after the time jump.
Oh, okay.
Princess and the Queen,
Sure.
Princess Rhaenyra, Queen Alicent. Yep. Anyway,
Alicent has a cut on her arm.
yep. Very metaphorical, symbolic. Right where the cut on Rhaenyra's arm was when they fought about Aemon's eye. Dun dun dun. They're the same.
Yeah. I get very annoyed when these nobles fight about like who cut whose arm and who drew the king's blood and who slapped a nobleman. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Everyone got mad at it. Was so nice. The end near somewhere near the end of season 1. The old king had his whole family together. Everyone was being nice to each other. It was like they were all gonna be fucking nice. And everyone had to fucking go at it. And argue
Yeah, they
about
weren't.
who cut out whose eye.
Yeah, they weren't being that. They weren't being that nice. Like 5 minutes after they wheeled him out, they started fighting.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh well.
Kings and queens act like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Thanks for
Thanks for
showing
firing
me.
him.
Yeah.
Thanks for firing. Thanks for blooding.
Yeah. Those things. Thanks for doing those things. I'm gonna. Yeah, I put a hold on it while we were talking. I'm gonna listen to it again because it really is like it's almost like it's a little bit. In a way, it's extremely dense because all of the stories are so brief. So I only absorbed, and also like if you happen to tune out to like I don't know, go put a cup in the kitchen. Yeah, you might miss the whole wrap up to some thread.
I did the listening to these kinds of books. I definitely feel like I hit rewind a bunch of times.
Oh, sure.
Because I'm like,
yeah.
wait, what? Wait, what? Yeah. Yeah. All right, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, have a good night.
Yeah, you too. I will talk to you really soon.
Later.
Peace.